Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you today about hypnosis, of course, and rewiring your brain yourself. I am a hypnotist. I can help you do that, but one of the things that is important to me for you to understand is you're the first person responsible for your own change. And I will give you tools to help you do that. But what I really want to point out is you're already using self-hypnosis every day in some form or another, and you're already good at it. You just don't know what you're doing. And you might not be using it in a way that you would like to be using it because you're directing yourself away from how you would like to be in some cases, and other ways you're directing yourself very well how you want to be. So it is important for me to help you understand how hypnosis works and what we're doing when using it for change. So your brain is its job is to streamline things. One of its jobs is to streamline things so that your conscious mind doesn't have to think, because it really is not good at it. Although we think we're all great thinkers and we can do this stuff, our conscious mind is so small compared to our unconscious mind. Our unconscious mind can do insanely so much more than what our conscious mind can do. So that's its job. Let's streamline these things so that the conscious mind, which is this wimpy little thing, doesn't have to work so hard. Okay, cool. Thank you, unconscious. Let's just streamline as much as we can so that we can continue to learn, so that we can continue to grow. And all of these things on autopilot we don't have to consider, because it is our job as humans to continue to learn and grow and evolve as a species, as individuals, as spiritual beings, some might say. So the unconscious mind takes its information that is given and it streamlines it. Okay, so when you repeat something enough times, the unconscious mind says, that's important, let's streamline it. So if what you're repeating is something positive, you'll be programming your unconscious mind to run that operation for you, make it streamlined in a positive. But if you're doing that in a negative, your unconscious mind takes that negative and it runs that program. And we do have many simultaneous programs, some positive, some negative, some that surprise us in the moment because they haven't been operating in a long time, some that are in contradiction with others, so we have inner conflict. There's a lot going on. So what I do, my job as a hypnotist, is I find the pattern I find the pathway that your brain is operating on. This road, it's like a road, and you've gone this road so many times, there's ruts, and it's just it's where you go. Everything leads to this road, and that's the path you take that leads to this destination. For example, smoking. That's a really simple and easy example. You have smoked after dinner so many times that you don't even have to think about it. You have finished dinner, you put the plate in the sink, maybe you wash it, it's up to whatever your pattern is, and then you go have your after dinner cigarette without even thinking about it. It's just automatically programmed in. And other kinds of habits. It can be an eating habit late at night, or it can be a binging. Maybe you binge eat and you don't know why, but you just can't stop until it hurts. This is another habit that you have operating, and there's a reason, because every behavior has a positive reason of something that it's doing for you. We'll find that also. Anyways, I find this pathway that your brain has been taking, and I put up a roadblock, and I teach you how to put up your own roadblock. Because now your brain goes down this pathway and it hits a roadblock. It can't keep going that way. It has to pick a different direction. It has to go somewhere else. It has to do something else. And now, just by stopping that pathway, once, you're starting to rewire your brain. Twice, you're starting to rewire your brain. And you stop that pathway, you interrupt that pattern enough times, and what happens is that pathway gets overgrown with disuse. It's no longer an option. You don't even want to go there because like even just this isn't too much of a detour because you have all these other things and ways and places within your brain and resources available to you now. When you are getting yourself into any kind of strong emotional state, you are in a trance process. Some are positive, some are negative, but they are all very much trance. When you are making love and you building up that pleasure, that arousal, that desire, building that in your partner together, creating and weaving this trance until both of you are just in this wonderful state of lust or lust and love, of potency, and you have entered into a trance together. That's just one example of something you do daily or weekly or monthly, however often you might make love. Some of you do it like a lot. Some of you don't. Some of you dance. Some of you sing. Some of you write. Some of you ride a bike. Some of you work out. Some of you go and you get into that zone, that wonderful zone of whatever is your area of joy and genius and passion. That's a trance that you're doing well. You're doing it really well. There's other negative trances. There's stress. There's anxiety. There's anger. There's fear. There's worry. There's self-doubt. There's just as many negative trances as there are positive trances, but it takes energy and effort to get into any of them. And some we know how to get into quickly and easily, and some we don't even notice we're getting into, and some it takes work and effort to get into, but we need to get into it because that's what has to be done, or we want to get done. You know, like going to the gym. Some days you don't want to go, and you find it in yourself to lug yourself to your car in your gym clothes, and you get in there, you put on your headphones, you look around and see who's in the room, who's using what equipment, so you know what's available, and you have a plan, hopefully, of what you're going to do, and you start. And that process of trance began at home. And depending on how you work it and what you're suggesting to yourself along the way, I don't want to do this. If you're saying those things over and over the whole time, and you get to the gym and you're like, this is going to suck because I'm just so tired, you're going to have a shitty workout. Or you might surprise yourself once you get into it. You can get the music. But if you're at home and you're like, I'm kind of tired, but I'm going to rock this, I really want to do this, what are the results that I want? Yeah, I'm tuning into that, like, I want these results, and you start imagining yourself in the future after having been dedicated to what you're doing over a period of time, and you can see yourself there, and that gets you excited. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to push myself today because I know where I'm going. I know what I'm capable of, and I'm going to do it. It applies to anything. See yourself how you want to be. Make those suggestions to yourself. Give yourself those suggestions. How do you want to be? Who do you want to be? How do you want to interact with the world? You can do it. Imagine yourself as that. Imagine yourself as that. already. See it. Feel it. What would it feel like when you're there, when you know you have done this thing? And now bring that back to this moment and apply it to what it is you're doing now. From that place, how does that feel? And how that feeling, you start what it is that you're doing. Self-hypnosis. And you can do it. You can do anything. You can change your brain. And I'm here to help if you want it. I'd be happy to be your hypnotic friend. Yeah, the awkward friend. Fine, it's cool. Anyhow, talk to y'all later. Stay cool.